put a video up, and I wanted to add this, and I'm going to give just a little bit of background so that if anybody cares and they don't wish to dismiss this, I want to add to this about the mind control murders done in patterns. I don't want to mention this young man's, now I'm 75 years old and I'm barely alive, and my name's Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 41, brought to the United States and given the name of Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. Childers' married name, Peggy, was a dead twin. She was a twin to Carl Dempsey. Both of them dead, killed by their mother. They were born out of wedlock. My father, King Edward VIII, illegally taken down. I was born in 39, kidnapped in 41, and if you go back in history, you'll see all the illegal acts and what happened, treaties after my father's takedown and my kidnapping. Now, my father never married Wallace Simpson. That's a whole orchestrated thing by Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Kennedys, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. My father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe from Madison, Wisconsin, sister to George O'Keefe. This is Roosevelt, who appointed Kennedy ambassador to England, 36 when they took down my father, and probably killed my grandfather, knowing all this background now, George V. Illegal George VI helped take down my father, helped kidnap me, and this is in 39, the year I was born. He's with Roosevelt. You think they're planning my kidnapping? So now I wanted to move to this. I wrote about mind control murders, 76 to 80. And I'm going to leave out trying to give you what has happened to me. But here's Larry Flint. He was shot in Lawrenceville while I was doing the book, Lawrenceville, Georgia. I was living in Marietta, Georgia, Cobb County, doing the book. He even says in the magazine article, April of 84, that I knew who was responsible for his killing. The man was programmed to shoot him, but it involved Larry McDonald, the doctor, congressman, and so on. But what I wanted to put here was, I don't want to get this young man. He's a person that's helped give me rides since about, I met him on the Appalachian Trail because that's where I had to live just to survive, freeze and starve. But anyway, I won't give any more information on him. Most of the people around here know anyway. But his first name's Nathan. I'm not going to give his last name, but he lives on Windsor Street. Now then, the Canada, I believe, is still part of the British Commonwealth. Elizabeth, who's illegal, her father helped in all this, likes to pretend she's the monarch and she's a traitor, but that's beside the point. Canada fits into all this. Nathan, the other day, was the soldier that was shot and killed in front of the monument, war monument there in Canada. Now then, the other day, the young man is Native American that did the shootings. I think he's 14 years old, outside Seattle in the cafeteria cafeteria. Now then, he shot his cousin, I believe, and I believe he's still alive. His name is Nate. Now, Nate. That's short for Nathan or Nathaniel. So I can't get into all of the database and how you prove it. I have put this on so many videos and Facebook. The media knows it. They will not tell it. I think the part that got me is CNN saying the link to the Morgan Harrington murders here. This list of them, not just here at University of Virginia. It's a murder weapon that can be used now in mass. I don't know how many people can be programmed. It's almost like Snowden, Edward Snowden, trying to tell you what NSA does. But anyway, I wanted to list these last ones because this goes way back that I knew about them and was trying to tell. But this, I wanted to, I want to show this again, though, because this is the link to it. it links back to me, not to just to Fairfax, Virginia, that CNN's reporting. I went to the British Embassy. I wouldn't have known about my kidnapping if the Brits hadn't told me and hadn't gone through hell to try to save me. This is where I went, and this is where the link to Morgan Harrington, Hannah Graham, and Murphy, Alexis Murphy, go back to 6/15/01. I paid $250. Let me remind you, I starve and freeze and all this. He brought me back from Econo Lodge, 9700 Lee Highway in Fairfax, Virginia. Okay? His name was Flip Haddock, and 83 was the cab. This is the cab that took me up here, Roanoke cab, yellow cab, 6/13/01. Paid $250 to go up. And here's the cab here. Like I say, they're using objects and data that it's not forensics that ties it together. This is Murphy Brothers, and it's in Fairfax. And you have to know background or history on some of it, but it can certainly be proven, and I'm losing something here. I will say this: the Hannah Graham was a student at University of Virginia, about 65 miles from me, northeast, and Virginia Tech is south, about 45 miles, and that's where the mass shootings in the school, April the 16th of 07 happened. And the shooter is programmed to shoot himself, like in a lot of these, just like the Native American that I just spoke of, and he shot his cousin, I believe, and his name's Nathan. But anyway, state trooper, Virginia state trooper, brought me. I was up on the mountain camping legally in a National Park Service, and they were hosts, he and his wife. I had fueled up until my North Face tent that night, slept outside, and they brought me down to Affordable Corporate Suites, and I'm just going to go from there. That was August the 14th of 09. And the murders of State Trooper Childs, his daughter is, it's Takeoff on Childers, CHILDS, and there's a lot more in it. And the timeline, he's a retired state trooper. Heidi Childs, David Metzler, and his father is a doctor, and they were gunned down in the Jefferson National Forest near Blacksburg. Nobody says anything about this one, really. But it's the Morgan Harrington. And by the way, I'm going to say it again. Her father and mother are very powerful here in Roanoke. They've watched me crawl and beg and walk up and down the side road and tell all this before their daughter was killed. Anyway, I said it. You wonder about repercussions. I've had so many people after me because of my name that is pitiful. Pitiful. If I speak a little Southern, what do you expect? But anyway, Morgan, their daughter, which I'm sorry that any of this happened, but if the media or this United States hadn't kidnapped me, they'd told the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened to me or to these type murders. There's not just gender or located at one school, as you can see. But anyway, Morgan was, I moved in there. The state trooper, Barton, took me there, his wife, on the 14th of August, 09. She was abducted from the University of Virginia Metallica concert a couple of months later in 09, and they found her in Anchorage Farm near Charlottesville. And the owner of the farm's name was Bass. And here's where I wanted to get back to it. When I went to D.C., to the embassy, and came back 6/15/01, That is, it was Econo Lodge, 9700